Stacey's here and we're going to be making a lovely cake. In fact, it's a love cake.
Oh, yes. So this is a Sri Lankan love cake and it is inspired by my Nana Helen, who was a Dutch burger lady.
Yes.
And I have a beautiful fond memory of being at her house when I was a child. I came out of the pool with my cousins and we were all told to have a piece of love cake. And as we took a bite, everyone took a photo, tilted their head, and we were told, think of the person you love.
Oh, how lovely. What a beautiful story.
So this recipe starts with aerating some egg yolks with dark brown sugar. You could use caster sugar or regular light brown sugar, but I like using the really beautiful molasses flavours within dark brown sugar.
Okay.
So that will need to go into an electric mixer. If you have one with a whisk attachment, you want to let that go for about 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
And the indication of the egg yolks being ready will be them being lightened and fluffy in colour, almost like you're starting a mousse or like if you were making a zabaglione for tiramisu.
Yes.
Yes.
So the fluffier it is, the better. So just let it do its thing in the machine. Okay,
Absolutely,
great.
can't go wrong. We're going to start the next step by mixing together the dry ingredients, and this here is beautiful semolina.
Okay.
And instead of flour, this is what pretty much this cake comprises mostly of.
Right, okay.
And eggs, of course, there are a lot of eggs.
Yes.
These are gorgeous crushed cashew nuts. You can have a good time chopping these by hand.
Yes.
But if you have a food processor, give them a little bit of a blitz.
Yes.
Not too fine. You want some nice chunks in this cake.
Okay, very nice.
So about 150 grams of crushed cashew nuts. Then we're going to add some gorgeous fresh spices, and it is absolutely important to have fresh spices for this cake. It will make everything sing. I really think
good.
freshly grated nutmeg makes the biggest difference as well.
So it does, doesn't it? I can do that for you.
Yes, please. I'll get you to keep grating that until you've grated about half of that nutmeg on that microplane.
Yep,
Thank
onto
you,
it.
Justine.
Yep, and what else have you got there?
We also have a generous tablespoon of cardamom, a generous tablespoon of cinnamon, and about half a tablespoon to half a teaspoon of clove. You can also use a similar spice mix when you're making carrot cake.
Great idea.
Yeah. That all goes into the dry ingredients.
Yep.
We're going to give this just a little bit of a stir.
Okay. Oh, it smells fantastic already. I love cakes that have loads of nuts and interesting flavours in there.
Could I please get you to start zesting both of those limes for me?
Yep.
While you're zesting, I'm going to grab that rose water, Justine.
Okay.
I'm pouring that in, and next we have the butter.
And you've melted that butter almost so it's completely melted, but still got a bit of body to it.
That's it. So that when it gets stirred together, it will just come together a little bit easier and a little bit faster.
Yep.
I like efficiency when I cook. And this all gets mixed up.
Okay.
You'll see that it'll be a little bit lumpy for the moment.
Yes.
But this will get mixed in with those floofy egg yolks shortly.
Let's have a look at those. Ooh, silky smooth. There we go. And I'll pour that in.
Yes, please. And then we'll mix that in really well.
Yep.
The more the merrier, I say, with the egg yolks. But that's a nice colour. Once we get all of the egg yolks and sugar into this bowl, we're going to wash our mixer because we need to get on to stiffening our egg whites. Now, before we even do that, we have to make sure the bowl is really nice and dry. If the bowl is a little bit wet, probably going to have flat whites. So
No, we don't want flat whites. We want them to be nice and stiff. So I'm going to clean this bowl out and then we can get on to the egg whites.
that's right. Justine, you're adding some beautiful local honey into those egg whites and a pinch of salt, and that's going to help to stabilise those stiffened egg whites that we're then going to fold into our semolina, egg yolk and sugar mixture.
I love the addition of honey to egg whites. Why not? I guess it works just like the sugar does.
Absolutely. I'll even do this for stiffening egg whites for my tiramisu. I'll add honey.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I love the flavour of honey, so.
And how's that?
Yeah, beautiful. That's a very similar consistency to this, so it'll be easy to incorporate.
Okay.
And I like to do so in batches. So in thirds, I think is a good rule. You can be a little bit rough with the first load of egg whites, and then as the mixture becomes nice and light, you can be a bit more gentle. And the more gentle you are will help to make sure this is a nice light love cake.
That's so nice. Last little bit.
Yum.
There we go.
So I'm going to be gentle with this last little bit.
Yeah. And so we've got a square tin that's been lined with baking paper.
Beautiful. So this cake goes into a low oven, and we've preheated this fan-forced oven at 130 degrees. If you've got a regular conventional oven, 150 degrees.
Okay.
It will take about 50 minutes until it is nice and golden and a skewer comes out clean.
Very good.
Yeah. This is a beautiful cake.
It is a beautiful cake indeed.
So it's ready when a skewer comes out clean. If it takes a little bit longer than 50 minutes, allow that skewer to be your judge. If it is slightly underbaked, it is not the worst thing in the world because your cake will probably be delicious and fudgy.
Looks so good. Yes. A little bit sticky.
I'm going to dust it with icing sugar
Okay.
mixed with a little bit of rose powder.
Ooh,
Just if you don't have it, don't worry, but it adds a beautiful aroma to the icing sugar, and I think why not accent that lovely romantic smell of rose? Nice. So we're just getting rid of some lumps in there. It's nice and pink
Yes, indeed.
and pretty.
And a little tea strainer there. That's a great idea.
I keep one of these in my icing sugar container at home.
Yep.
Because most of the time when I use icing sugar, it's for dusting cakes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Nice little
nice.
hack. Justine, while I start to cut this cake, could you please crush some beautiful roasted cashews for me?
Can do.
They are roasted, not salted.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And we've roasted these in the oven long and slow so we get that beautiful golden colour on them.
Delicious. And they are just a serving suggestion for garnishing. If you don't have extra cashews, it's okay. It's not the worst case scenario.
Yes, I mean you could add all different types of toppings to this. You were saying that sometimes you serve this with roasted strawberries, which is a really nice touch if you didn't want it as a tea cake in the afternoon, maybe a whole dessert. That's a great idea.
Absolutely. Love cake is something that I suppose is more traditionally served with a nice strong cup of Sri Lankan tea.
Of course.
However, I do love serving it after dinner with a beautiful a whipped cream that has a little bit of creme fraiche through it.
Yes.
And then some roasted strawberries because why not? It's like nice and syrupy as well.
I love the sound of that.
Gorgeous, thank you.
All right, so plate up.
Yeah, I'm just going to start to pick up these beautiful pieces of love cake. That is so perfect. I'm really happy with
I
it.
know, the crumb is just right. And we haven't used any leavening agent in that at all. It's all the hard work of the egg yolks and the egg whites, that last bit where we were just gently folding through. It's formed this beautiful crumb inside.
That's right. A little bit of patience goes a long way.
Absolutely. Let me help.
Thank you.
That one there. I can
Beautiful.
smell all the spices in there.
Yes.
So some more icing
Just
sugar.
a little bit so it's nice and generous looking.
Some more petals.
Some rose petals.
Why not? Make it look extra pretty.
Yeah.
And crushed nuts. Sprinkle over.
Sprinkle them over.
There we go.
And everything looks beautifully presented for afternoon tea.
Wow, that looks so impressive, Elise.
I'm very excited for you to have a taste.
Ooh, I shall.
Yes.
This one has my name on it.
Oh yeah.
Maybe half each.
Oh, yum, thank you.
There we go.
Delicious. Cheers.
Cheers.
So you think of someone you love. Yes.
Okay, we've done that. But I'm more in love with this cake. Elise, that is one delicious cake. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.